Now, we understand how exactly the class is created. Let's take a look at a very important topic in object-oriented programming, which is polymorphism. You can find this topic in most of the programming languages. Because this is a very important topic in many programming languages. We know that the object-oriented programming is all about objects. We create a class and work with objects. When working with objects, sometimes you need to change the behavior of the method. Polymorphism is a way to define the method in different forms, so that the only method can take multiple types of arguments. Now let's take a look at a very simple example to understand how polymorphism works. Now let's call here a simple function len. In the print statement, here I'm going to call len function and specify argument to it. And in this argument, I'm going to pass a simple string. When I execute this file, you can notice I'm going to have 9 as a result. So the len function is going to count all these characters and return 9. Now let me show you how len function works with different arguments. It can run with many data types in Python. So if I just print here len with list, just like this, it can work with list as well. So if I just execute this file, you can notice I'm going to have 3 as a result. So it's going to count all these items of this list and return it. So it works with list as well. Let me show you one more example. If I just say here print, and in this len, I'm going to use dictionary. When I execute this file, it's going to return 2. It's going to count this dictionary key and value pair. So this len function works with multiple data types. So here we can see that the many data types such as string, list, tuple, set and dictionaries can be worked with len function. Till now, we have been working on a single class. Python allows different classes to have methods with the same name. Now let's take a look at how we can use polymorphism in Python. Now imagine a situation where you want to get the type and the color of the fruits. Fruits have the same type and color method. So let's take a look at a very simple example. Here I'm going to create a simple class, banana, and I'm going to just specify parentheses here and specify scope for this class. In this class, I'm going to define a simple method, type, and in this type, I'm going to just print fruit. Just for that, I'm going to create another method with the name color. And in this color, I'm going to just print yellow. Just after this class, here, I'm going to create another class. So I'm going to start with the class keyword and then specify name for this class, apple. Then specify scope for this class. Now in this class, I also have these same methods. So here I'm going to define a method, type, and print here fruit. Just for that, here I'm going to create another method with define keyword and then specify name, color. And then I'm going to print red here, just like this. So I'm going to print here color of this apple and color of the banana in this color method. Now once I have both these classes, let me just create an instance of both these classes. So down here, I'm going to create obj underscore banana. And then I'm going to say here banana and specify parentheses. And then I'm going to say obj underscore apple is equal to apple. So you can notice I have the instance of both these classes in these variables. Now just for that, let me just call these methods. So down here, I'm going to create a for loop for that. So I'm going to say for fruits in, and in the tuple, I'm going to put both these instances. So here in the tuple, I'm going to say obj banana, comma, obj apple. Then specify scope for this for loop. And here I'm going to say fruits dot type and fruits dot color. Just like this. Now what if I try to execute this file? Now let me just try to execute this file and explain this code. So let me first execute this file. When I execute this file, I'm going to have all these values. I'm going to have fruits, yellow, then I'm going to have fruits and the color of the apple fruit. Now here we have created 2 classes with 2 instances. Now you can notice they share the similar structure and have the same method with the name, type and color. However, notice that we have not created a common superclass or linked the classes together in any way. We'll talk about the superclasses in the future lectures. But just for now, you can notice we haven't linked both these classes in any way. Both classes are the separate classes. Now even then, we can pack these 2 different objects into a single tuple and iterate through it using a single common fruits object. This is possible due to the polymorphism. We use 2 different methods with the same name. When you change the object, the behavior of both these methods will change. So basically the polymorphism is a way to define a method in different forms. So here you can notice we have different forms of methods. These methods behaves differently on different objects. Using polymorphism, you can specify different behavior to different methods. So using polymorphism, you can specify different behavior of your method with different objects. So as we learned in the previous example, length function is going to behave on different object differently. Polymorphism is just a way to define a different forms of method. So I hope you understand how polymorphism works in Python. In the next lecture, we're also going to take a look at a very important topic, encapsulation. So I will see you in the next one.